no. Here we go. I didn't mess it up. And we're good. We're live. Thearly Clinking podcast is here. My name's Rob, one of the hosts of the Thearly Clinking podcast, and right next to me is TJ.
I forgot the mic.
He forgot his mic, so now we're just one micing it, but that's okay, you know. As you can see, we've got our guest Ron Burgundy on the show. He's having some issues speaking, and also our
he's too important for us. He's got many leather-bound books, and his apartment smells of rich
exactly,
mahogany,
and he's a little out of focus there too. So, you know, it happens. But yeah, now we got Ron joining us as the third member of the Thearly Clinking podcast. So hopefully you enjoyed today's cast. We're going to talk about a lot of fun stuff today, including video game movies and whether or not we think they're going to be good, or there will ever be a good movie. So start thinking about some responses. Post them in the comment section on YouTube if you're watching this there, or feel free to chat to us live, and we will respond in regards to that topic. Otherwise, I wanted to kind of go over a little bit of news, but first, I want to see. Are
we doing news first? Or are you
no, I want to see how's your week been, TJ? What have you been up to this week?
I stayed up to pre-order the Black Ops 3 Call of Duty Juggernaut edition.
Right.
You know about that?
Yeah, you were telling me about it. I'm gonna fix this camera just a bit because I'm a little out of the shot. But anyway, go ahead.
So that was the biggest thing. I spent $200, $230 with tax.
But that doesn't take that much time. Like you spent your whole week just spending that money.
It took a lot of time because actually, when they announced it at work, I got off after working 12 hours. I got off at 12 p.m. Went to the GameStop show. He's like, "No, we don't have it, but they might announce it later." So in the meantime, while I was waiting for it, the guy was going to give me a call because he said they had an email coming today. And so I played Dead Space 2.
Dead Space 2.
On the Zealot edition, which I remember is Dead Space 2 is in my top 20. I don't know if it's my top 10 games, but top 20. That's a pretty good game. Like
gotcha.
It's close to the. It's like sometimes it moves into 10. When it first came out, it moved into like the top 10, but now it's like 11, 12, just because we keep getting so many good games.
Yeah, there's a lot of good games out there. I can say it's been really hard to kind of decide on what to play every day because there's so much stuff out there.
It is my favorite horror game I've played.
Gotcha.
Because I played Dead Space 1. Dead Space 1 was good, but just 2 is just had, especially, like, it's really odd for them to give a silent protagonist a voice all of a sudden. And the fact that Isaac Clarke has a really good voice actor, I don't know who they got, but he's just, it was really fun. It's an enjoyable game.
Sweet. And
it's really intense. Like, it's one of the few games you have to be, like, really strategic about how you fight in the middle of a fight, because it's not just like you have to do ammo control, so you have to like before I go in a room, I'm constantly setting myself up to see whether or not I have good things.
Kind of like most survival horror, where you're scrambling for ammo to kind of survive, fighting with what you have, what's available to you.
And it does a really good job of doing it.
Right.
3 tried to capture some of that magic to 2, but it kind of just lost it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I beat Black Mesa again. It was kind of sad because after I bought it for $20, I thought they were going to add the space alien world, but they ended right as soon as you jump into the kill the final boss.
Oh, so it's not
completely
finished yet? Oh,
no.
Okay. I'll look forward to playing that. Hopefully they finish it soon, because that's a game
actually,
if you still want
to just pick up like Half-Life 1 for $5, it's still a fun game.
Oh, just playing the original?
Just the original.
Maybe I'll do that too. Either way, yeah, I was thinking like I never played Half-Life 1, but I want to play that game because I've played Half-Life 2 and I loved it. It was really good. But I want to get a better understanding of the story, so I figured.
Okay, one thing you have to understand, there isn't too much story to Half-Life 1.
Right.
It just has some really just good gameplay, and it constantly changes things up. Like its first boss fight isn't traditional at all in the least bit. And
right.
It's and it's actually there's only really two boss No, there's 3 boss fights.
3.
But they don't seem like boss fights in the traditional sense of like I gotta kill this guy.
Right.
So. And then I reckon playing its expansion, 2 expansions,
right.
Opposing Force, where you get to play as the Marines that go into the base and try to kill everybody.
Okay.
And then you can play as Barney in Blue Shift, the actual Barney from Half-Life 2.
Huh.
He's the only one that escaped without a problem.
Huh. Well,
And that's pretty much all I really play. And then Battlefield Hardline.
Mm.
Monday, I was having some fun. Some guys would watch me play with the G36 with the silencer.
Gotcha.
And then I come down, get like 1 kill. I come down in the middle of the street, and there's 1 more kill out of 600. And I start shooting this guy. Boom, 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 boom. Ran out of ammo, and he turns around and starts to shoot at me, and I pull up my pistol.
Oh.
Ended it. It's fantastic. It's a highlight.
Favorite things. It's like that Hearthstone highlight that happened to me the other day.
But I was actually recording, so...
Yeah, you actually recorded it. You can actually highlight it now. I forgot to because I was playing on my phone. Most epic Hearthstone play ever on my phone. Sucks. But whatever. You can't record everything. Can't always do it. Yeah, so I haven't been up to much either. Just been focusing on playing a lot of Heroes of the Storm. We were trying to compete in ESL this week, and we got trampled by the first in our first match. It was just not a contest for that other team. We just weren't. We definitely weren't as coordinated.
What was the levels between the enemy team and you guys before you?
The levels, it was like 5. Like
there was a 5. They had a 5 gap on you?
Yeah, they got 5 on both games too. Second game we weren't taking as seriously. Like we picked heroes. Like I picked Murky.
Oh, you guys gave up on the second game?
We got trampled the first game, and we were just like, let's just have fun. We didn't really give up. We just kind of was like, let's just have fun. Like let's play heroes we want to play. Let's not worry about tier lists. Let's just have fun. And I was like, I want to play Murky because Murky's my new favorite hero right now. I would have. We did better the second game than we did the first game.
Oh.
So, regardless of us not picking a healing support character, we did better that game. We actually got kills. The first game we got trampled upon and didn't manage to kill any character.
Actually, some of my best games, I don't even have a healing support character.
So surprisingly enough, like without using the tier lists or the guides, we just did pretty good just playing heroes that we wanted to play. It was weird. So I think that speaks to that too, is like I think that's how you have to play that game, is you gotta play, you don't want to just play to tier lists, you want to play to who are you going to play the best, and then how are you going to use that to work with your team.
I think that's not it, because I always have to play Reyna. I can't really play anybody else.
Yeah.
But I take that back. I can play
you just
play the dwarf with the 2 hammers. Mirrodin.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's fine. It's fine to actually kind of tunnel vision on one character when you're first starting out, just to get the basics of the game down, to understand the mechanics. Once you understand the mechanics, though, it's best to actually experience all the heroes. That's something I'm noticing too. Is like there's a couple of heroes that I don't know very well, like Abathur. We had an Abathur on our team, and the other team were hunting him down and killing him. They knew exactly where he was going to be, which was crazy. Like he was so shocked because we'd never played a team that would hunt down Abathur before.
Is Abathur really good?
Abathur is really good support character because he's not a support character, he's a specialist, but he's really good because he can support the team from far away. He can add the little hats to people and do all kinds of
hats.
Yeah, we call it hats, but it's just this like symbiote which stands up on top of your head and spits things at people. It's crazy. The Abathur is the craziest hero, but yeah, like there was things like that happened that were like, what the hell? Why is he doing this? He's just like we're just getting destroyed. So I don't know, but it was fun. We had a lot of fun with it, and we were communicating with the other team, and we know they were having fun. We ended up dancing in front of a boss on the second match because it was just as a joke.
You can dance?
Yeah, /dance.
I didn't know you could dance in this game.
Yeah, you can dance in League of Legends or Dota as well. There's always those little slash commands. They always add that stuff in there just for fun. It's a joke. If you sit down and click the hero over and over again, this is the thing in most Blizzard games, like in StarCraft or Warcraft or World of Warcraft, if you sit there and you click on a thing that makes a voice, it will do something. And so with your characters, they'll just start being like, okay, stop poking me. What are you doing? And they'll say the funniest shit. Like Arthas, if you have his skin where he's a human, he will answer his phone and like say something silly, and I don't know. It's pretty funny. There's all kinds of little Easter eggs like that in that game.
I think of some of my favorite ones. I like Tychus, like kicking ass and chewing bubble.
Yeah.
From
StarCraft. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff like that in Blizzard games, and I that's why I like it. Is that I love when they add mechanics like that. Like, there's something like that in Shovel Knight where it doesn't serve a purpose to the game, but like it's just fun. So like if you press the down button, Shovel Knight will duck, but it's only 1 pixel. So it doesn't really do any good. It's just you can just press it and make him dance to the music. Or
has Blizzard done anything since Radio Free Zerg? Like, do you remember that cheat in StarCraft too?
What's that?
There's a you know how they always had like power overwhelming?
Oh yeah.
There's one that only works when you play as the Zerg.
Right.
It's like Radio Free Zerg, and when you do it, the Overmind starts to do a rap about Zergs.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
I've never seen that before.
We could probably pull it up real quick.
I'll pull it up.
It's funny as hell.
We'll have to pull it up later.
I was wondering if Blizzard did anything like that recently. That's like one of my favorite cheats.
They haven't done anything that I've known of. They do little funny things with the menu screen in Heroes. So every time they change it, there's always some Easter egg you can hunt down. So with Joe Hanna's patch, there was like some constellations in the sky, and if you connected them, they were Cancer. It was the crab, and it would connect, and they would like pop up, and it would be the crab guy that they came up with for an April Fool's joke a couple years ago, saying that they would have this quest helping crab in World of Warcraft that was just like the safety pin.
One of my favorite jokes they did was before they released StarCraft 2. They did one of the what are the bowl guys called in WoW? I'm not a big WoW fan.
The bowl.
Like the bowl.
Oh, the Tauren.
The Tauren. They did like this one where they did one planet with apparently they had a bunch of Terran. They were like, and they did a Tauren in a marine suit with a Murloc.
Oh yeah. That was the Tauren Marine. Yeah.
And the thing is they even did like gameplay with it too.
Yeah.
Like it was funny as hell.
It's a character model you can use in StarCraft. I'm actually surprised they didn't put him into. They put Elite Tauren Chieftain into the game, but they didn't put the
into StarCraft
Tauren Marine into he's a model. Like it's a model you can use like when you go to mod games or stuff. You can use him as an asset, but in Heroes of the Storm, I'm surprised. Like I thought they were gonna add the Tauren Marine in there. I don't know what he would do. Would he be different than Raynor? Skin. But yeah, that's what I thought too. Like that'd be cool, like Jim Raynor or Tychus skin, where he's just a Tauren Marine. That'd be fun. But yeah, I mean, other than that, like just it's been the usual Hearthstone and Heroes of the Storm focused week.
I did play Outlast for like about an hour. Mm-hmm. I did on the Insane difficulty, which is like the whole game on one life.
Right.
And every time you die, you actually start from the beginning. Mm-hmm. I lasted till the first guy.
Yeah. I can imagine. That game is stupid.
That game is nuts. That game is awesome.
Sit down.
Why is it dumb?
I hate survival horror games. That's why.
That is a good survival horror game. Survival horror game is like, as we were talking about last week about what makes a good game.
Yeah.
Survival horror games are all about the set pieces, and then the one thing that Outlast does really well is the set pieces. Like just for. You may hate the game, but for survival horrors, it was a fantastic.
Sure, I don't know. Like I've never been a big fan of it. Like I got into Resident Evil because of Resident Evil 4, not really the previous ones. I never really played those ones.
The movie storyline is fantastic though too. Yeah. Like how everyone just keeps coming back from the dead.
Yeah. Just the silliness. And that was it. Like I liked Resident Evil 4, and then some like most of 5.
5 was good. It just had too much quick time events.
Yeah. Well, 4 had a bunch of them too, but they were fun in 4.
They weren't annoying. The 5 was like you died a lot like in 5 because of quick time events.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't really lose to quick time events though, because they're quick time events. But Mortal Kombat has quick time events in that story mode too. This time around.
Why do you need quick time events?
keep you engaged during the cutscenes. I don't know, like the problem. I think the reason why they started doing QuickTime events is like you're taking power away from the player when you start doing a cutscene. And
it kind of keeps them.
You don't have
but
control.
You need to tell players that you're doing a quick time event because
they do. Like it's just like, hey, press the X button, big freaking X button on the screen, or big.
Well, the biggest problem that the Order had, 1886, is that you'd be watching a cutscene,
right?
And it didn't go to like gameplay, and all of a sudden there would be like a quick time event. You're just like, oh wait, I'm supposed to be paying attention.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's just what they do. It's just to keep you engaged, to make sure you're paying attention. Press the button now. That sort of thing. Not that button. Okay. That's gay. Now, there's been a few bits and pieces of news.
Few major news is that we have to.
Yeah. The biggest one that just got announced today that's really saddened me, and just before the cast, I was like, I'm gonna cancel the cast now so I can cry about it. I'm just kidding. But in all seriousness, I didn't make it to the. So we're just going to drop it in here. Yeah. So Iwata, the president of Nintendo, the dude, the man when it comes to Nintendo, he passed away today, age of 55.
That's pretty young in today's society.
Super young, because I guess he had some bile duct growth that was removed. He sounded like he was getting better, but apparently not. I know there was like reports on it before, like how he was getting sick. Prior to it, but now, he just sounds like he didn't make it through, which kind of sucks. I really hope Nintendo are able to pull through with it, though, and
I don't know who's keep producing content. To take over though.
Well, Reggie is the
he's of US
of the US,
but that's different. That's different.
It'll be like, I don't know if it's gonna be like Miyamoto, or I really don't know. I have no idea how it who's gonna take over for him, but I am just really saddened by the news. It sucks,
especially when it comes in a very pivotal time that Nintendo is really
exactly, because they're trying to change. They're trying to make things happen, and I think they're doing a lot of really great things. Like even if it's coming to like making some free to play mobile games that like there's a Pokemon one that's coming to mobile finally.
Yeah,
that's been on the DS for a while. And then there's the Amiibos and whatnot, so they're seeing a lot of success, but yeah.
But they're still dragging behind Sony and Xbox.
Well, they're not competing with them anymore. They never say they're competitors anymore. And that's why I've seen it since they released the Wii. Like after they released that console, I was like, oh wait, it's not Sony, Nintendo, and Xbox anymore. Nintendo's off doing their own thing, and Sony and Xbox.
Well, they may be doing their own thing, but they're still always going to be like...
They're not competing with Sony and Xbox, though. That's the thing, is they're just like, we're going to do shit separately. We have a different console. We offer completely different things. We don't need to sell as much as them, because we have our Nintendo niche. We have, we make Nintendo games on that console, and it's just weird. I don't know. They haven't had really a lot of third-party support since then either, because of that, because they've stayed behind hardware-wise, but... Yeah, we'll see.
Oh, they're always about making affordable consoles.
Yeah, that's the thing, is it's always affordable, and I'm gonna buy it because it's Nintendo. Nintendo's been a part of my life for my whole life.
I had a Sega, yeah. And then I went to PlayStation.
Yeah. No, that's why this saddens me a lot, because I've seen his name in games since I was a child, so pretty crazy stuff.
At least you got to do the puppet skits.
But yeah, moving on to other news, though, there was a lot of stuff from Comic-Con this week. There's some leaked trailers as well as brand new trailers. Did you get a chance to catch any of the new trailers that came out?
The only one I caught was Ash and Evil Dead.
Okay.
I was kind of worried about it because Sam Raimi's been kind of on a funk because of the Spider-Man series and then a few other, and then Drag Me to Hell, and he hasn't really been quite on his game. But now that the fact he's going back to
going back to his stuff,
I'm really excited because I watched the trailer and I was like dying the whole entire time of laughing.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. It looked really good,
and it's got a real good Army of Darkness feel. I know Evil Dead 2 they try to be a little bit more light and humorous, but Army of Darkness is where they just really hit it home. And that was actually the first one I watched of the trilogy when I was a kid. Watched that when I was 8. 8-year-old horror movies.
horror movies. That's awesome.
So I'm excited for that. And then I heard Deadpool. Everybody's just excited about Deadpool. I haven't seen it yet, but
that trailer is so cool. I watched the leaked video camera footage of it, and it was sweet. It was pretty much like a lot of it was new. The dialogue was new, and turn the light off. Actually,
want the light off?
Yeah, there's a glare.
Damn you, Burgundy!
Now, but yeah, the comedy was totally there, and I love they got T.J. Miller from freaking what's the new show on HBO? Silicon Valley. They got him from there, and it's so he's so funny. He plays Weasel Weasel from the Deadpool comics. It's just so great. He's perfect for the character. So
actually, the one trailer I did watch was the Zombies trailer.
Zombies? What's that?
Black Ops Zombies.
Oh.
And you know who they have in this one?
Ron Perlman.
Yeah, but they have Jeff Goldblum. Jeff Goldblum. Another guy I know who he is if I recognize it, I just don't know the name. And then some girl I don't. And then for the special edition, they're bringing back Nolan North, that played Richtofen, and then all the other guys from the World at War Black Ops and Zombies, things like that.
Huh.
Which I didn't know Nolan North played Richtofen.
Yeah.
the German.
I would know because I didn't play the Call of Duty Black Ops, but
no, but he's been playing Richtofen since World at War.
Yeah. The Zombies is cool. I like the fact that they do
a lot of the fans are
fan service stuff.
Just coming back for that.
But there's a lot of stuff. Another one that I saw that was pretty exciting actually was the Batman vs Superman trailer.
I was kind of leery to pick that up. How was it?
It was really good actually. It's probably better than the first one. Like, do you bleed?
Okay, they explain why Batman hates Superman in this one, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Why this trailer gives you a better idea of what's going on.
Instead of I'm just gonna kick the crap out of you.
Yeah. There's more context in this trailer. You get to see Wonder Woman, which is cool. Little hints at the other characters like Aquaman. And I guess they cast the Green Lantern recently too. They got Chris Pine.
They're doing Chris Pine.
Chris Pine's going to be the next Green Lantern. I don't know if he's going to be in this movie, but he's going to be the Green Lantern.
Actually, you know what? A lot of people are saying this movie is a bad idea because Marvel has spent time before their Avengers building up all the characters, blah blah blah. But I think a lot of people tend to forget that the cartoon series actually did the same thing that this movie's doing because Justice League, the only people that actually had cartoons beforehand were Superman and Batman. But then here they go, they introduced Wonder Woman, they introduced Hawkgirl, they introduced Green Lantern, Jon Stewart, which I would love. Jon Stewart is one of my favorite Green Lanterns of all time. And they built all these characters just with these souls and personalities. Yeah. So I think it could either really do really well or.
But they brought the same voice actors over in the Justice League cartoon. They're not bringing over the same actors, which I mean I'm okay with. I think recasting Batman was a good idea, and
it's a different type of Batman because the thing is that this Batman, Christopher Nolan's Batman was realistic. Everything that could happen in that Batman,
I guess.
Well, besides
the third movie was just kind of.
Okay,
off the wall.
Some of the technology is really theoretical, but it could still happen. Like, but none of his characters were none of his villains were like supernatural kind of thing.
Right.
Or you didn't have like Clayface or Poison Ivy, but this I
don't know. Like, I still like the sci-fi element of the whole like Bane's getting juiced up on steroids.
No, I'm not saying that the element's bad, but it's just Christopher Nolan's universe wouldn't have really worked. And
gotcha.
So
and it was okay. Regardless,
I forgot to ask, why is Batman mad at Superman?
It's something to do with, it starts off with a building is breaking, and then you notice Ben Affleck is running to a child, and then you see the building has Wayne Enterprises on it. So Superman had blown up a Wayne Enterprise building, I guess, during a fight or something. So I'm sure that has something to do with it. He thinks. Because, the whole idea that the trailer is going off of is, Lex Luthor... It looks like Lex Luthor is a part in this, but, Superman is starting to be seen by the public as an enemy, and Batman's trying to defend the public, and it looks like Batman's kind of taking their side, and that's why he's kind of facing off against Superman.
I think Superman's the only person that Batman is willing to kill.
Yeah.
Because he just can't let something like that... you can't lock Superman up.
Right.
You have to, you have to kill Superman,
right,
kind of thing.
Yeah, we'll see how it turns out. I'm pretty stoked. The only thing I was like really iffy about was Lex Luthor had hair. Jesse Eisenberg had hair.
Like the first part
in
of the movie, though, isn't he?
In the trailer, I don't know.
They've shown pictures.
I know they've shown pictures of him bald, so like we'll see. I really hope they shave him, but that's a small gripe. But it was
we got
cool.
a
Cool trailer.
I don't know if this guy's still in this chat. It's like, you hear me? Stop with this, losers.
Stop! You hear me?
Well,
yeah.
No, we don't hear you. We tag.
We see the chat occasionally.
Unless you happen to be down the street and you want to yell at us, then we might be able to hear at you.
But anyway.
But no, I think is it Gus Guru? I don't know how to say that.
Gus Guru, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the cast.
Say Gus Guru?
I don't know. I have no idea.
There is a T in there. There is no like.
Gus Gurt. I don't know.
Gus Gurt.
Whatever. It's probably his name. So anyway, what up, Gus? But anyway, yeah. So Batman, Superman, to be sweet.
Comic-Con seems kind of empty this year from like what I've been getting reports of. Like,
empty?
Like there's not as big as announcements. Like,
oh, there's been some announcements. Like there was the Deadpool trailer. There was the Warcraft trailer.
Oh, that's probably the one.
There's tons of movie trailers that have just come out in the past couple.
I just haven't seen it as much as like I guess.
Yeah.
Yahoo. I guess.
Yeah, you're just not paying attention to the right news sources.
What news sources are you using?
I'm using
Facebook.
The nerd ones and Facebook. I'm just kidding. I don't know. I'm just going off of stuff that I've seen. And I look into this stuff too. Like I occasionally just like, oh, how's Batman versus Superman doing, or what's the Comic-Con news, and I'll look up Comic-Con news stuff.
I used to be really big into Comic-Con, but now it's just kind of been hard.
No, there's a lot of announcements. One thing that I'm pretty excited about is Ken is now in Street Fighter. They showed off his new look
at Comic-Con.
At Comic-Con, yeah, they announced him in Street Fighter 5.
Like I kind of find it funny that video games are starting to move over to Comic-Con.
Yeah, they've
like with the Black Ops.
Well, it's like it's Nerd Central. They always throw that in there. Street Fighter 5 has always made a sort of announcement, or that Capcom always makes some sort of an announcement at Camican.
Camican? Is that a convention of Cami?
But yeah, Ken's sweet. They changed him up a lot as far as his look goes. His playstyle is fairly similar to how you think he would play, other than he has got some more flaming kicks, which is pretty cool. Some more fire-based moves. It's gonna be sweet. I'm pretty stoked to play him because he's usually one of my favorite Street Fighter characters.
You're getting it for PC, right?
So yeah, definitely getting it for PC. Hopefully I'll get into the beta. I'm gonna try and purchase that, pre-order it, so I can get in and play around with it beforehand, so I can help them test their netcode. I really hope that game actually turns out really well because it's got that cross-play with PlayStation 4.
Oh, then I'll buy a PS4 then.
And I'm really hoping that doesn't take a turn for the worse, where they're like, oh, we got to split it. We can't do cross-play between PS4 and PC.
They can plan side too.
I don't see why they can't. Well, the problem with fighting games is the netcode. The netcode has to be perfect. And that lag is so hard for them to deal with as compared to like shooters and stuff. Shooters, sometimes it's like it's okay if it's a little bit laggier, but like with fighting games, it's gotta be right on, or you're not hitting your move.
I guess I wouldn't
on the right frame, or all that. But yeah, that's just kind of how those have been. But I'm pretty stoked for that. Comic-Con really went crazy on the superhero trailers this year. That's
really?
For sure.
I just thought they were kind of.
There
lacking.
they showed off the Suicide Squad trailer.
That movie I'm really worried about.
And it looks like
because Jared Leto's
Joker scares me, and not in a good way. Like Joker should scare me, but he's not doing it right.
I just don't like they like try to make.
We'll see how it turns out. I mean I think Jared Leto is a great actor, and I actually thought he was a great choice for the role. But after seeing I think my issues are more design focused and not actually.
Well,
like
I mean
Jared
it
Leto.
is because some jackass was like, we need to make Joker hip for the kids.
Yeah,
but Joker is hip. He is cool.
I saw the images with the bullshit tattoos, and I was like, I hope that doesn't make it in the movie. Unfortunately, I've watched the trailer, and he got the tattoos on in the trailer. I don't like that design. Hopefully he switches to a suit or something in the movie, but I don't know. I have no idea. I hate it. I hate that decision for him because the hipster Joker is not my favorite. It's not my favorite. But we'll see. We'll see how it turns out. It might be pretty good, but just I guess like
I hate how
this is my problem with like movies, comic book movies lately too. It's just been like rather than like me being worried about not being true to the original, is it's just it doesn't. I really like the original design, and it's like trying to see that in another medium or see that doing better is not working for me. One thing that does is the new Justice League cartoon they're coming out with, but that's an example of them rebooting something or taking the universe, twisting it in a
their
way
animation
fun
has
and
always
awesome.
been fantastic. Like I don't know why they can't bring over the same great.
Mm-hmm.
I want a full length animation movie.
Exactly. So I'm stoked for that movie. But the silliness with this.
I think they can do redesigns, but they just need to take a cue from Marvel, because the thing is with Captain America, he's been constantly redesigned. He gets a new look almost every movie, but they do it in such a subtle.
It's not, but it's not like it's not crazy and it's not crazy and like batshit, different. And well, I mean, at least this Joker like stays true look wise. If he puts on a suit, he's the Joker like that we know. So it's not a big deal. I'm not too worried about that. And I think Jared Leto's a fine actor, so I hope it turns out pretty good. But yeah, it's kind of
hoping they get Troy Baker, because Troy Baker can honestly do.
Yeah, Nerdist did a funny little like unofficial trailer where they had a girl in a court. It like cuts to the Joker and it cuts to the new Harley Quinn and then it cuts to some girl in a corn shirt. She's all gothic looking. She's like, let's do this.
What do you think of the new Harley, though?
It's so funny. I don't like her design either.
I think she's
okay, but it's not...
Like, I don't get the blue hair.
It's not... Like, well, the blue and the red, that's fine. Like, that's not my issue. My issue is just she doesn't look like...
Harley Quinn.
She doesn't... Yeah, she looks like hipster Quinn. You know, she's got the same... hipstery look. And
they're tending to take her more from not the original Batman cartoons, but the new comics she has, because she tends to change her look up a lot. In her
and that's fine. Like I liked the Harley Quinn in Arkham City, or Arkham Asylum and Arkham City. Well, same thing. But I liked her in that those games, and I like the original design for Harley Quinn, but the new one is weird to me. I don't know. But then again, I see where they're trying to go with it. They're trying to modernize it. They're trying to make it fit in with
modernization
culture.
Is always a good thing.
And I think that there's a point where it's like you don't need to make things modern. You should just make it fit, how it's going to work with the story and the feel and the vibe of what you're trying to tell. And so maybe that's what it is they want it to do that, though. They want to appeal to that market.
Well, Batman did that without a problem. Like the Batman cartoon, they could have made it modern, but they gave it kind of that 1950-ish feel still without a problem. So,
right.
And that was done pretty well.
Yeah.
So, that actually kind of leads into our topic though today.
Yeah, it does.
Which I'm kind of what was that?
Also, I just want to shout out here, Marble HD is now following us, so I just want to shout out to him. We didn't get the pop up right away, so thanks for following. I don't know if you're watching this right now, but thanks. Appreciate it, man. But yeah, so it does lead into our topic. We were going to talk about
are there going to ever be any good video game movies?
Is that going to happen, DJ?
Or has it happened?
Have you seen a good video game movie?
Actually, I think the best ones that have come out so far are the Tomb Raider series.
Tomb Raider.
Because honestly, it didn't stick too well as some source material, but it did a really good job of just being corny fun, and that's the point of a Tomb Raider.
Yeah, they weren't too bad. They got worse as they progressed, but
there's only been two. I mean,
awful. The second one.
You know what makes me laugh about the first one a lot is because it's got why can't I think of his name? New James Daniel Craig playing an American. Like one of his very first roles was in Tomb Raider, doing an American accent, and now they got him playing James Bond, like the most British person.
Yeah.
But then there's always the lovely Super Mario movie.
Super Mario movie is my favorite movie, but it is also a terrible movie. But
I think it's a good movie within its own right, but it's a terrible video game movie, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's not a great movie by any means. It's a good cheesy fun.
Dennis Hopper is
Yes.
Bowser is just
The
freaking, and then the Koopas are like 6 to 12 feet tall.
they're
Like,
Goombas.
Goombas. I mean,
Yeah,
the Goombas.
Yeah,
Like,
it's insane.
Like-
How that works out, but
we might have
give
to
some more natural lighting here.
that burns the sunlight. Damn.
Yeah, it does. But
Prince of Persia wasn't too bad.
Prince of Persia was okay as well.
But that was another thing that really, I think the problem. Well, what's the biggest problem with trying to create a video game movie though? Is it just because it takes all the gameplay out of it?
It's either like does this story work in a movie setting? What are they trying to do that's not vibing? And so I think some people like a lot of it's expectations, because like you play a game and you would expect if they were to pull a movie out of the game that they would take the key elements and story elements out of that game and then expand upon that. But that's what they're not doing. They're just kind of doing their own thing. They're writing their own.
That's what they did with comic book movies for the longest time. Like
interpretation.
If it wasn't for like Tim Burton,
Mm-hmm.
going back, and Tim Burton is not a comic book fan. You watch all his interviews. He's like, I hate comic books. I think comic books are stupid. Blah blah blah. But he goes and sits there and he does the Batman movie, which is just.
I think they released some images on the Nick Cage Superman that he was gonna do.
They did like.
I'm gonna pull this up, but
and he's got the long gangly hair. It's so terrible. But he was, one thing he did was that he stuck with a lot of the source material, made it kind of a darker vibe, made it. Oh, dude, that is awful.
Mm-hmm. Looks like Loki.
He does. He looks hungover.
Oh my god! I can't believe this was a thing.
It's so
I can't wait to put this on here.
Don't put that on my face. I don't want that.
Yeah, you do. This is the Tim Burton Superman.
That's the Tim Burton. Tim Burton was gonna do this.
Yes.
Okay, then I'm not.
That was what's gonna be weird. Is it was gonna be Nick Cage doing Tim Burton's Superman. Yeah. I'm so glad they moved away from this. They made the right decision.
Now that I know Tim Burton was doing it, I kind of curious to see how it would
I would
have
have loved to see it, actually. To be honest with you, I want to see this.
Because the problem is with that after Batman is that they kicked Tim Burton off the project.
Yeah.
And then everybody thought these superhero movies were going to be fantastic and take off. But they just completely died because they came out with George Clooney's bat nipples.
Yep. Yeah. So.
Which was just terrible. And then Tom Lee Jones never wants to do a superhero movie ever again because of Batman.
Yep. And he's a fantastic actor, but understandable. You know, why would you want to do a shitty superhero movie?
And
I don't know. He's probably changed his mind. I'm sure he would do one now.
Well, now that he's seen that a lot of like all the good superheroes.
Well, and it makes money now too. So, but I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe he's just like, I don't care anymore. He can retire and do whatever the hell.
You just gotta stick with a lot of you gotta do the source material. I think that's the biggest problem is that a lot of these video game movies, like Resident Evil, I hate.
My God.
The Resident Evil movie. I like
those movies are awful.
The first one was okay. Second one was like, I can watch the second one. But the thing is that they take out, they don't even do the source material, and then they keep wanting to do more Resident Evil movies just because of how terrible they are.
I think they're gonna do another one.
Really, please.
Yeah, I think they're doing another one.
I think he just likes seeing his wife in movies, honestly.
I don't know, but yeah, that series just got like none of it's the same stuff, but anyway.
And it's just it's a terrible.
Yeah.
Like Resident Evil, 1 tried to take from the source material a little bit, but then again they completely just skip the mansion and go straight into the the lab,
getting into nuking things and and it's just not even it's not even that things are out of sequence. It's just that it's not.
There's barely any source material.
It's not even true to.
They had to create a whole entire new character for the series.
Exactly. It's completely new. It's like. They have characters there that were in Resident Evil, but they're not even close to.
And then they kill the whole entire world. Like the one thing that Resident Evil that happens in the series is that they're able to contain it. The U.S. military is like, we got this, and then the whole entire. It's
there's the whole conspiracy thing going on, right?
It's just
but this one doesn't.
And then
even
Wesker
have
was the biggest disappointment.
Oh my god!
Ever,
But that was after you knew that Resident Evil was going to be bad anyway.
Yeah,
the fact that Wesker was in it was like didn't even change the fact that it was just like.
And then the fact that Chris Redfield didn't even know Wesker, and it took 3 movies.
Yep.
And Chris Redfield is like, he's the biggest badass in Resident Evil, man. He punched a fucking boulder.
Yep.
And didn't break his knuckles at all.
Oh my god. But I don't know, like it feels like the games are kind of moving in a poor direction as well, though. Too.
I'm kind of excited.
I haven't played 6 yet, but
games are moving. But when it comes to movie, I think there's some hope. I have some hope for the Uncharted movies though, because they picked a really good actor, Nathan Fillion.
Mm-hmm.
As far as I know, he's still their main go-to guy.
They picked him?
Yeah, I could have sworn they did. I thought they did.
I know that was. I knew that was rumored, but I didn't know that he was actually picked.
I thought they confirmed it. Oh, no, I'm scared.
I don't know, like, because they confirmed Mark Wahlberg for a while, like they were going to do.
I would go shoot Mark Wahlberg. He would not make it.
They were going to do that movie, and then they.
Hey, Sully, what's up? How's it going? You want to go get this adventure? Let's do this.
I watched Ted 2 recently, so I don't think of Mark Wahlberg as. Although, like, I think he probably is potentially a good actor, and I really liked him in what was that movie? One with The Rock, in it. It was him and The Rock. Pain and Gain.
Oh,
that
he's
movie,
not. He's just. I don't think he'd be a good
great,
Nathan Drake.
Yeah, him as Nathan Drake was really weird thing, and I couldn't wrap my head around it.
Well, honestly, they need to do.
They also had a wonky idea for the story of the movie too.
What was it?
Like that, it was going to be about a family that goes around robbing. That goes around hunting for treasure, and so it's going to be like this family movie about this family that Mark Wahlberg's in. Meeting out justice and finding.
I will kill you, Sony. I will murder you if you mess this up.
It got such a bad fan response that they
Honestly,
pulled the plug on it because everyone's like, boycott this movie. This is a piece of shit. Like no one cares.
Uncharted's always been about a good storyline that's
Mm-hmm.
just fun, like Indiana Jones-esque.
And I think that's why they pulled it.
They just need to pull the writers from the video games. That's what they need to stop doing. Is that they always want to bring in their own people.
Sure.
They don't want to bring in the original people.
I guess like the argument against that, devil's advocate here would be like that those writers write for video games, they don't write for movies, so they may.
But they still need to bring them on the team and still. But
as a consulting, yeah, that's what I think too. Is they definitely need to stay truer to the source material, and they're just kind of going off and doing their like it's like a director. They give it to a director. They're like, hey, can you do a movie about this guy? He here's a gist of what he does. And then the director's like, okay, I think I've got a good creative vision for this. I've never played a video game before, but this is what I think we should do. And he writes up the storyboard based on some of the information that's given to him. But they totally take it in another direction. And I don't know.
Street Fighter movies.
Oh my god, those are the greatest though too. Those are just like the Mario one. It's just they're fun. They're just good.
You know what's kind of a disappointment though is like they need to stop taking from movies that don't have actual storyline. I mean games that don't have storyline because this whole entire pixel thing that they're doing with Sony right now just looks terrible. Where they put like Pac-Man, Donkey
Kong. We'll see. They got Peter Dinklage in there and Adam Sandler. I mean, my favorite actors.
I would take Kevin James over Adam Sandler right now. Kevin James is still marketable.
Man, I really hope that movie actually turns out pretty good. I'm gonna go see it when it comes out. But
when does it come out?
Soon, very soon.
They wanted to do a Tetris movie. Did you hear about that?
I didn't, but it would be weird and awful.
How would you give Tetris a story?
You would make it a horror movie.
Oh no, the blocks are coming.
Blocks are trying to fit in on the city, and people are trying to stop it. And the only way to stop it is to match the bricks. They find a master control on how to match the bricks, and it ends up deleting the whole city, but they save the world by getting rid of all the Tetris bricks. It'd be perfect.
I think they were gonna do some Space Invader thing.
Yeah,
which is just. They want to do a Last of Us movie too, though.
Yeah.
I don't know if they could do one because a lot of that game, a lot of that bonding. I think another problem with video game movies is that. When you have a character like The Last of Us, when you bond over a character, that bonding is not done in just a mere hour.
Right.
And another reason why you bond with the character is because in The Last of Us, you have to protect Ellie. Ellie helps you out.
Gotcha. Just like I think BioShock Infinite has a similar character. I haven't played through that game yet.
Infinite's a good game. You gotta play through that.
I need to finish it, but it has that character that's helping you out.
Yeah, Elizabeth.
Elizabeth, that's right.
And they wanted to do a Bioshock movie, but they want to give Kevin James complete freedom on what he wanted to do.
Is Kevin James wanted to...
Not Kevin James. I mean Kevin, what's his face? Kevin's...
Fiji?
The guy that does Bioshock, that owned...
Oh, the guy who did it.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
So I said
well,
Kevin.
now, like, Bioshock's not owned by anybody, right? Or it's owned by someone?
It's owned, I think, by 2K.
2K now?
2K
yeah.
is owned by EA.
That's right, because, like, Irrational's the one that broke up, but...
2K still.
2K still has the license for it, so now they can do whatever they want with it.
But I'm actually kind of excited about the Assassin's Creed movie, though. I have some hopes with Michael Fassbender as
the main character. We'll see. I like Michael Fassbender. I liked him in X-Men movies. So I'm stoked. That's another movie they showed a trailer for or did something with, I think.
Oh, they did X-Men.
You can hit the lights now, by the way. It's getting dark.
It's too dark now?
Too dark outside, even. So we'll just have to deal with the glare.
Sorry, Ron.
Probably turn Ron around or something. Yeah, take him out of the shot. Sorry, we had to get rid of Burgundy. We're gonna have to get a lighting arrangement.
He's staring at me like those eyes. Like I swear, follow people.
Now, yeah, that's how they are.
TP Jax put a link in.
See the little YouTube. But my ears just got raped. I just raped everybody in the chat. I hope you like it.
I love these spammers. People think we don't have
this monitor freaking out now. Oh boy.
Spammers are fantastic. Like last episode, like what would you do? Like people don't think we're like.
Oh man.
We're just.
Well, now my monitor's sucking. I guess
he's
trying
to figure out how to like add a picture. Like every time you go over here, it looks like it wants to add us. Are you still playing that?
I think it was just it's
like on your phone.
Little repeat of the stream. But yeah, that was great. Yeah, thank you for the ear rape. We needed it.
I have my headphones.
If you want to hear us rape ourselves in the ears some more, please give us a follow. Be great. Anyway,
YouTube channel if you want to see people like mess with us last chat.
Yeah, absolutely. Check it out. We're gonna post a video pretty soon of our recent
Thearly Clinking after hours
antics of giving into just the chat and letting it just run loose and crazy, and that's been really fun. Today's been really tame. I think people have calmed down and aren't ready for it today. But even me, I'm getting a little tired today. I'm a little old and cranky.
You're younger than me.
That's just how I am, man. Getting old and cranky. Growing the beard, growing the neck beard too a little bit.
Dude, I always have to like make sure I like have that good, nice and clean.
Usually do, but I just haven't cleaned it up yet. But yeah,
I'd love to see a Metal Gear movie. But
Metal
that
Gear
never,
movie.
ever happen.
Kojima Productions has dissolved.
I don't think you could capture the beauty of Metal Gear within 2 hours, though. You'd have to have a 10-hour movie just to sit there and explain half the damn shit.
Well, they would do something different, I think, for the movie, and not make it as convoluted. They'd probably simplify it a little bit, have some similar plot twists, but change it up a little bit. Obviously, to kind of.
I think they'd have to honestly maybe pick a story that they haven't told because like
more of that.
Because the thing is, if you try to do Shadow Moses, there's a lot in damn.
They could do the origin of Solid Snake, where it's the game
before Master Miller's dead.
The original game, yeah. Before they get cloned.
Wait, Master Miller's in the 5th one, right?
Yeah. No, Colonel Miller is in Peace Walker, and he's in this next one, because he's one of Snake's.
No, I'm not talking about. Who's the guy that Liquid tries to pretend to be?
Kazuhira Miller, yeah. Master Miller.
Yeah, Master Miller.
Colonel Miller.
But he's got like full arms. Does Master Miller have both his arms in this trailer? Because he's messed around with like.
No, yeah, he got like amputated. Like there was some shit's all messed up.
Because Master Miller trained Snake though.
Yeah, no, not really. They trained together, and that's what you've noticed. Like you got to check out.
Like Solid Snake.
You got to check out Peace Walker. Peace Walker gives you the origins of Miller.
No, but Solid Snake trained with Master Miller. And Liquid was posing as Master Miller the whole entire time before he.
Right, because they work together. It's in Peace Walker. They explain the whole.
That's not Solid Snake. That's
Snake.
That's
Old Snake. That's right.
Solid Snake.
You're talking about Solid Snake.
And then,
gotcha.
So I'm trying to figure out how.
That's why I think Solid Snake's going to be in this game, and I think he's going to be voiced by David Hayter. He's going to be voiced by David Hayter himself.
He refuses to let that go.
That's my. That is my hopes and dreams right now. Is that David Hayter?
He posted ear rape twice. And
returns. Yeah, I'm not clicking on ear rape again, but
TF2
thanks, bro.
Jackster. Is there? I guess
TF2 Jackster.
Will number 34. If it exists, there's porn of it.
Oh yeah.
Porn up.
There's an ear porn. Yeah, you didn't need to post the same rape comment again. We got it. We heard it the first time.
No, they heard it. I didn't even have
That's true. That's true. Only me, being the audio engineer here, had to suffer through it. But that's okay. It was fun. I appreciate it. It was funny.
I appreciate it. It gave me a good laugh.
It made me laugh too. But yeah, no, I'm stoked for that game too.
That game is pretty much
I'm more stoked for the game than
itself.
I would be for a movie, though. The Warcraft movie, though.
How do you think the Warcraft movie is going to
I think that one's actually going to do pretty good.
If they do a Warcraft movie, I want a fucking StarCraft.
The only thing that worries me about it is the amount of post-production that they're putting into it. Usually, like, movies that put a lot of post-production in don't turn out all
Lord of the Rings had tons of post-production.
Oh, yeah. But they also do a lot of pre-production, but they really only did 6 months of it.
What is this, a whole CGI movie?
They literally, they did 6 months of... No, it's not CGI, it's live action, but they did 6 months of filming, and then they're doing, I think it was a year and a half, 2 years of post-production. They're still in post-production. It's not going to be finished until next
Blizzard
summer.
overseeing this?
Yes.
Okay, then I'm not...
I think it's going to be good because Blizzard is overseeing it. They're the ones that are they're funding the movie.
This is the thing that still worries me, the fact that after StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void ends, that they're going to do nothing with StarCraft again. It
potentially.
Me.
I think. Well, here's the thing. That's why they have Heroes of the Storm.
Fuck Heroes of the Storm. I want another StarCraft game.
They're not going to make another StarCraft game for another 10 years until people start requesting.
It's just such a good game, and it has a lot of good story.
The problem is it's not popular anymore.
It's because they let it die down in popularity.
Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I think
they didn't create a whole.
For some reason, the MOBA thing picked up, and that's why they jumped on that bandwagon.
I miss you, Jim.
And I just don't they want to finish the StarCraft story, and that makes sense. Why not finish it? I could see them doing more expanded universe StarCraft stuff in the future, but I really want to see the story end, and then though too. Yeah.
Dude, I want more.
I like StarCraft, but it's good as it is. If it ends well, I'll be happy with it. But obviously,
I was surprised honestly with how good they.
I really hope they don't actually cliffhanger this one. But I think if they do, they don't do something
Tychus is coming back as an infected.
No, he's not. They confirmed that.
I know he got shot in the head.
He got shot in the head. He's dead. Confirmed dead.
That was one of my saddest moments in Team Fortress 2, just because you're like, no, Tychus.
Also, don't pan the mic or pan the desk because it's shorting out the mic. Yep.
Okay, well, stop.
Yep. But anyway, we're kind of reaching the end of our discussion topic. We're running out of things to talk about, and the chat is not as lively as it was before.
No, I mean, we had some.
That's okay. So there won't be an after hours episode this week, but maybe next time. Thanks for the ear rape, Mr. TF2.
Not Jax. TJ. TJ didn't do anything.
TJ did it. Thanks, TJ, for ear raping me this whole time. But yeah, we're just gonna.
Can you say ear rape on a podcast?
Yes.
On Twitch?
Absolutely.
That's not against the term use?
I don't know. But it was ear rape. Anyway, so we're gonna call it good. We're just having a chill cast today, a little laid back, man. Talking about the superhero movies and whatnot. But hopefully you enjoyed watching this, and you follow us on Twitch, Twitter, Facebook.
Thank you for the people that did follow us today.
Yeah, and yeah, anybody who did follow us, it's awesome. Appreciate it. Anyway, that's us signing off today.
Laters.